Alright, so today we're looking at Mount Raymond and Circle All Peak. I don't know why it's called Circle All Peak, but whatever. So we're here at the high crime area parking lot of Butler Fork. And there's a lot of rando information here. Some guy named Walter. So we're going up this trail, crossing a little stream. Nothing too crazy. And as you can see, it starts out really steep, just immediately, right out of the gate, we're going up a hill, and it just keeps going. Now we're getting into the Mount Olympus Wilderness. I don't think this is a very wild place, there's a ton of people, but whatever. And now we come onto our first fork in the trail. You can either go right onto like the Dog Lake area, or you can go up to the Millet Basin, which is where our mountain is located. Alright, so we're just up by this little kind of fork in the road, almost. Just taking a break, it's getting kind of hot. And here we just keep going. And that's the way to Circle All Peak. We're on Circle All Peak. It's a pretty good view. It's pretty accessible. It's not too far up the trail. There's Gobbler's Knob right there. And then over on the left here is where we're trying to get to, Mount Raymond. So I'm going to get back down onto the main trail and get Mount Raymond. Alright, so that is Gobbler's Knob Trail. And then up this way is Mount Raymond. So here we go. And it's super steep up to Mount Raymond. This whole trail is relentlessly steep, but it gets even steeper once you're reaching the top. There's a very tippy top over there, and as you can see, we got a bit more of walking to do. And here's all the views around us. Then there's this one little part where it's kind of scary, but if you know what you're doing, you're fine. And here we are on top of Mount Raymond. Of course, it's really smoky. Why wouldn't it be? So the views aren't amazing. You can just see a gross gray mist over everything. But yeah. Pretty good views. I assume they'd be even better in the fall. But here we are up here. There's a little logbook container with everyone's ascents logged in it. And then here's another view lower down. That's where we just were, and you can kind of see some people up there. They're trying to see what they can see. Alright, and then this is kind of a divide. Just stay on the main trail so you don't get too lost. Then I encountered this little, I think it's like a sage grouse of some kind. You let me get really close. I was tempted to kind of just like pet it, but I got a little bit too close and eventually it walked off. He's just a little guy, he's just sitting there. A little friend. There he goes. Yeah, he wouldn't let me get too close, so I kind of let him go. I think it's a grouse, I don't know. Bye. And then here is another route, or another sign with a route, no basin, and then back to the trailhead. Alright, so I rate these hikes using 3 criteria: solitude, scenery, and difficulty. Solitude, just how many people are out there hiking with you. Scenery is just to get views and landscape. Difficulty is just how hard the hike is. So for solitude, I'd give it a 5. I always had people in like earshot of me, and for a big chunk of the hike, I had these 2 guys just like following me the entire way until they eventually just passed me. And I went on a Wednesday, so I can only assume how busy it'd be on a weekend, so like a 5. Then scenery's a 7. Really good views once you're on top of the peak, but while you're kind of climbing up the mountain, it's nothing like amazing. It's just like good forest views. There's not really a big wow factor, so like all around 7. Then difficulty is an 8. This hike is just like relentlessly steep the entire way up. It's like as soon as you start going up, you don't stop going up until you're at the top of the mountain. It's just like super steep. There's some sections that aren't shaded, which you're in direct sunlight, which kind of sucks. And it's not like extremely long hike, but it's still really steep. But if you take your time, it's not horrible. So overall, an 8. So if you enjoyed this video, do whatever you want. Maybe go make a sandwich. Maybe PB&J. Have a nice day.